Hey everyone, it's Hannah. Welcome to the vlog. It's a rainy Tuesday afternoon and we are getting the vlog started. I have 3 books that I have on my TBR for this week. 2 of them are for the Bookish Swifties readathon that I'm part of this month, and then one is a carryover that I didn't finish in February. So the one that I didn't finish in February is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhen. I'm only 43 pages into it. I haven't done any more reading since the last time I've updated, but I do really want to finish this. I don't want to carry it over into April. So this is the one that I really need to focus on. And then the next book that I'm reading is for the thriller prompt of my readathon, and that is Karen Slaughter's Pretty Girls. I've heard that this one is really intense and definitely trigger warning. Like, you should definitely check the trigger warnings. But I'm intrigued, so I'm gonna read it. And it's a thriller, so hopefully it won't take me like a super long time to read it. And then I am reading my classic of the month on audio, which is also counting towards the general fiction of the readathon. And I'm reading The Odyssey by Homer, translated by Emily Wilson. I'm listening to this on audio and I'm currently really enjoying it. So far, because I have been listening to it while I've been working, I have listened to, if I can find it, I have listened to 3 hours and 24 minutes of this book. So I have 10 hours left, and I literally have only read up until page 81, the translator's note. But that's 3 hours. So we're making progress. I suspect that once we get into like the actual poem of the Odyssey, it will not take as long, but I've read the introduction so far and I'm really enjoying it. I don't think I've ever read the Odyssey, though I did watch the Wishbone movie, and I have consumed the Odyssey like through other mythology. Like, I've read other myths that come from the Odyssey, and I have seen other retellings of it, but I've never actually read the Odyssey, so I'm pretty excited to get to this. But really, if you've watched the Wishbone special, do you really need to read it? Probably not, but, you know, just 90s kid things. But anyway, these are the books. These are the books that I'm going to be reading this week. We'll see how much of them I actually get read. But I've got to get back to work. Well, first I have to get myself a Diet Coke, and then I have to get back to work, so I'll check in later. Also, my new couch. I'm really excited, but it's higher than my coffee table, so it sits weird. So I'm sitting on the floor to talk to you, but you didn't really need to know any of that, but I'm telling you anyway. So I'll check in later. Bye. What a lovely little treat to log off of work and to come over to the table for. Yum. Good morning. I'm about to edit the vlog. So I probably won't get any reading done before I start work, but I did read a few pages of The Frozen River. And then I read like 3 hours and 40 minutes essentially of the Odyssey yesterday. And in that 3 hours, did we get to the actual poem, the Odyssey? No. All we got up to was we read through the introduction, the translator's note, and now today when I start working, I'll be listening to the actual Odyssey. Now, I can't remember if I had updated you on that I had fully listened to all 3 hours of the Odyssey, so this might be just repetitive, in which case I'm not really sorry, because I am just like updating and I can't remember what I said yesterday. I just can't. So, I did read yesterday, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. And then I'll probably do some more reading today, throughout the day, but probably not this morning because I have to edit and get it all updated. So, let me stop talking about it and let me just go do it. Okay? Okay. It's been a few days since I updated. It's Friday. I have a little bit of time before I have to log into work. So I wanted to do a really quick reading update. I have listened to 5 hours and 56 minutes and 49 seconds of the Odyssey by Homer. I am enjoying it. I am still picturing Wishbone as I'm listening to it. I don't like Odysseus. Athena is not a girl's girl. Those are my main takeaways right now. I am on page 197. We're on book 6, A Princess and Her Laundry. I am realizing that maybe I should have listened to the Iliad first, because I do also have the Iliad translated by Emily H. Wilson. Since the Iliad does technically come first, since this is the story of Odysseus's 20-year journey on the way home from the Battle of Troy. But this one technically was released first, and that's why my brain was like, we'll read the Odyssey first, but I do think that maybe I should have read the Iliad first. But ultimately, I'm enjoying it. I'm really liking this translation of it. It's easy to follow. I don't have much more to say about this other than I'm enjoying it. I don't like Odysseus. Athena's not a girl's girl. Also, like, how silly. Like, Odysseus spent 7 years on this island with Calypso, right? And enjoying being on the island with Calypso. And then he just decides that Calypso, the goddess, doesn't please him anymore. And so he wants to go back to his wife. And that's when he starts crying about his wife. Like, get over it. Like, I have no sympathy for you. Anyway, that's my update of the Odyssey. And then I've read a whopping additional 10 pages of The Frozen River. I am enjoying it, and I do like it, but it is moving slow going. It's like more slower going. Oh my God, can I talk? And so I'm not sure I'm in the mood for something slow right now. So in the meantime, I did also start Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. What is going on with me today? I'm on page 21. of this. So again, not too much reading happening, but really I just started reading it today, this morning while I was laying in bed before I woke up. I am really enjoying this. Essentially, this is the story of our two main characters, Lydia and Claire, and they had a sister who went missing when they were teenagers, and they've been estranged ever since. And we're starting the book. We know that Claire was arrested for something, and she had a ankle monitor. And then her husband is murdered in a robbery. And then now we're on to Lydia, single mother. Her daughter is getting ready to go to college, and I assume she's going to be finding out about her sister's husband's murder, and somehow this is going to tie in to the case of their missing sister. I don't know how. I don't know much about this book. To be honest, I know that it's like about this serial killer or like missing women, and I know that it gets pretty dark, and there are a lot of trigger warnings. But I'm going into this semi-blind, so I am really enjoying it. It's moving very fast. I have about 20 minutes before I have to log into work, so I'm gonna keep reading Pretty Girls, and then I'll check in a little bit later. Hey everyone, a long time no talk. I wanted to do a quick update, if Midnight will let me. I wanted to do a quick update about the things that I've been reading because I have made some progress. I am up to 9 hours, a little bit over 9 hours in the Odyssey. So I'm on page 350, book 15, The Prince Returns. Please don't ask me to give my thoughts about this because I am not a classic scholar. So at the moment, I don't have any opinions except for Odysseus is kind of a jerk and I don't like him. So that's not really helpful to anyone, but I am trucking along. And then I am also made quite a bit of progress with Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I'm on page 211 or 51%. And I am hooked. I'm like enthralled. I read some last night. I read this morning, like as soon as I woke up at like 8. I've been reading, like I read until I had to log into work. Then I read a little bit on my break. I don't want to put it down. So I do have to clean my kitchen and like our living area. But then I fully intend to sit and read some more. I'll definitely be finishing this, if not tonight, tomorrow, even though I have some friends visiting tomorrow. So I will at least finish one book if I don't finish the Odyssey, because I don't think I'll listen while I'm cleaning. But I'm really enjoying Pretty Girls. It is dark and it is kind of gross in some aspects. I really feel like for as gross as it's been, I don't think it's been as gross as it's going to get at 50%. We've had one revelation, which I did see coming, so I wasn't surprised by it, but I thought the way that it was revealed and the way that it was like led up to was really, really solid, and like it just really kept me invested, even though I knew that that was probably coming. I like was still like gung-ho, like reading along. I do think I know one thing that's going to happen, so I'll be interested to see if that happens, I don't want to say anything more about the actual plot of the book because I think that will give it away, but I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this like sister relationship that's happening, how all their trauma has affected them, each of them, and affected the decisions that they've made in their lives, but also the decisions that they've made when it comes to each other, and how they are having to have this like tenuous peace agreement almost to work together on this because it affects both of them. And it affects both of them in different ways. So I think that aspect of the story has been really fascinating. I've really enjoyed it. And I like can't wait to get back to reading it tonight. So I am going to wrap up this little update now. I'm going to clean my living room, clean the kitchen, so that I can, in fact, read some more of it tonight before it's bedtime. So, hey everyone. So it is Sunday. It's like almost 6 o'clock in the evening. I didn't do any check-ins today because I think I might have mentioned it yesterday, but I had friends come over today. They left maybe about 20 minutes ago, and I think I'm going to play a little bit of Baldur's Gate before Charlotte gets home, because me and Charlotte might go out together because William is at his dad's house. So it's just the two of us, and I think that will be fun. But yeah, I'm going to get like an hour or so of Baldur's Gate in, and then I'll do some reading. My goal is to hopefully finish Pretty Girls tonight. And I think I could do it, like even if I do it after we get back from dinner. But I will let you know. But for now, I'm going to log in and I'm going to play some Baldur's Gate. Hello, it's Monday. It is around noon. I didn't finish Pretty Girls last night, and then I slept in this morning, and then I had to run some errands, but I'm home now, and I am about to eat some lunch and devote the rest of my afternoon to playing Pretty Girls. I am gonna go over to Best Buy to like try and do some research about like a gaming computer, because it seems like every time I log, so I have a Mac, and every time I log in to play games, and by games I mean just Baldur's Gate, I'm running into more and more issues, and it's making it not enjoyable for me, which is really upsetting because I love Baldur's Gate. But it's like every time I open it, it's not working right, it's super slow, or the screenshots aren't working, and I've tried like a whole bunch of different things to try and make it work, and those things will work for a little while, and then they just like, for whatever reason, they aren't working the way that they worked when I played the last time, and it's just like getting to the point where it's really frustrating. And now that I know that I like video games, there's been a couple of video games that are like, that I've seen that are coming out that I'm like really interested in, and they're only available on Windows. So I'm just going to go and look to see what I could find that's in my budget. I probably won't buy anything today, but I want to go over and just kind of look around, and then make a plan so that I can play video games more consistently and in a more enjoyable way than spending the first hour struggling with it to try and even get it to work. But yeah, because yesterday when I sat down to play Baldur's Gate, I spent the whole 2 hours trying to figure out how to get my game to load the way that it used to load. It's just really frustrating. So anyway, I'm going to eat my lunch. I'm going to read some of Pretty Girls. My plan is to try and finish it. I have also read some of the Odyssey today. I listened to it while I was running my errands. I only have like an hour left of the Odyssey, so I might try and finish it by the end of the day so that I can finish both Pretty Girls and the Odyssey, though I didn't read any of the Frozen River again. But it's okay. We'll just see what happens the rest of the day. And I will keep you updated as things happen. So. I genuinely was not expecting that. Hey everyone, I'm pausing my reading because I got a package that I'm insanely excited for and I just wanted to show you. So I ordered myself some sweaters from Saison, and I have been eyeing Saison sweaters literally for years now. Oops. And I finally, I had money budgeted to do some clothes shopping, and so I finally purchased some. I bought two. I am a little nervous about the sizing of them. So I got two different sizes, and I'm hoping that they fit. So I'll show you what I got and then I'll do a little try on. So the first one is this really beautiful floral one, and it has these really pretty buttons. But I saw someone else get it, and you can style it both from the front and like if you turn it around and have the buttons in the back, which I think is just so cool and lovely. So that's the first one. And then the second one that I got is this cardigan, Midnight. Midnight, knock it off. She wants to be involved too. Get off. Get off. Get off. Anyway, Midnight for real. I got this cardigan, which is like a almost sage color. So I'm so excited. I'm going to try them on really quick. One moment. So here we have it. Just a little. So here's the first sweater. I have it with the buttons in the front. Obviously, I wouldn't wear it with sweatpants, but I think it's so pretty. It is kind of a different fabric than I'm used to, so it will, like, I'll have to get used to the feeling of it, but I don't mind the feeling, if that makes sense. It's just a little different from what I'm used to with a sweater. So here's the first one. So here's the second one. It's nice and cozy. I am really loving this, and I really am liking the color on me, but let's see how it looks unbuttoned. So here it is unbuttoned. I really like the shape of it and like the shape of the sleeves, but I'm just like living my best life right now in my little sweatpants and my sweater. So I finished Pretty Girls, which I will talk about, but I picked up the Frozen River, and I've read like 50 pages, and I just had to, like, I had to spoil myself for something because I was getting really stressed out that a specific character might have died, and I was like, I can't handle that. Like, if they die, I might have to put this book down. But all is well, at least for now. So I'm gonna continue reading. I was like, I was stressed. And I had to check. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to reading. We're back from date night, and I did more book shopping than I really meant to. I meant to only get this as a trophy since I read it on my Kindle. But then I wanted this, and this was when the one that I found was not a buy one get one. It didn't have the sticker, so we got Charlotte this one. But then I found another table where it had the buy one get one 50% off, so I had to get another one. And then I found this one, and I have all the other ones that match this version, so I had to buy this version. You know, just bookish things. But how would you rate our date tonight, Charlotte?
Delicious.
Delicious? 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Midnight. How do you feel about our date tonight? Hey everyone, it's Tuesday. It's the end of the vlog, and I'm just here to do a quick reading wrap up of everything that we read this week. So first, I only finished one book. That was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I did end up going to purchase a physical copy of this because I read it on my Kindle, and I absolutely loved it. I do think that this is probably one of the most horrific and gruesome books that I've ever read. This was like a Criminal Minds episode on steroids. It was insane. I had such a great time. Yesterday I was like reading the end of it, and I had to keep stopping and taking a break because it's very intense. But at the same time that it's like this very horrific and gruesome, and the depictions of violence and are very, very graphic. There's a lot of content warnings you should definitely be aware of. The story about these two sisters and the family was done so well and written so well. I was like hooked. It was just so good. I'm gonna give it a 4-star read, and I'm really glad that I finally picked this up and read it, because I would highly recommend, but I would go in. I went in blind and it didn't bother me. I was able to handle it. But if you don't generally like things like that, I wouldn't recommend going in blind. I would go in after having reviewed the content warnings to see if this is something that you're gonna like. But as a Criminal Minds, Law and Order, SVU girly, I ate this up. I loved it. 4 stars. Again, I think I said that already, but so good. And then I listened to the majority of the Odyssey by Homer. I have like an hour and 30 minutes left of it. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a classic. It's obvious. There's like so many reasons why obviously it's a classic. I'm glad that I've finally actually read it, because I had never read it before. I had only watched like movies or like listened to like podcasts about it. I also watched Wishbone's The Odyssey, but I'm happy to have read it, but I don't really have any like critical thoughts on it because I just don't have much to say other than I'm enjoying it for the story that it is. And yeah. And then I did manage to read yesterday 100 pages of The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan. This was definitely a slow start for me, but now that I'm like in it, I am hooked. I can't wait to continue reading this. So yeah, I'm finally making some progress on this, like 3 vlogs later, so success. But anyway, that is the end of the vlog. I'm gonna wrap it up so that I can start the new one before I have to log into work. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.